Okay, so quick video on the vibrating double stop. So basically, when you have double stops, in most cases, I think I need to review this to make sure later for myself. But in most cases, the lower finger is the one that should always be vibrated at the focal point of the vibrato. Okay, so this is especially true and definitely absolutely true for open double stops. For example, octaves, sixths, tenths, these are called open because the hand, right, octave like this. Oh, sorry, my full size is downstairs in my car. Okay, but in any case, open is like this. Okay, so you know the lower finger is on the lower string, and the hand is basically open, right? And then sixth is like this. Okay, and tenth, same thing. Closed is kind of like our thirds. Like for example, as you can see, the hand closes up, clams up a little bit like a oyster shell as you do thirds, right? So sixths, octaves, and then you kind of get that feeling too. It's a more open feeling in the hand as well. When you do open double stops, you always vibrate the lower finger the most, okay? And you also play the lower finger a little louder, so more emphasis on it, okay? So for example, you're doing an octave, you're always told by everyone to play the lower finger, lower string louder, right? You're also supposed to vibrate it more, right? And then the pinky comes along for the ride. Okay, and same thing with exactly same thing with tenths. Now tenths is a little harder. I usually cop out of vibrating tenth unless I need to, and so then I it's not something that unfortunately for me I'm just too lazy to practice. But let's see if a tenth, same thing. The first finger, see, as stuck as it is in this position, I still try to roll it a little bit, okay? Okay? Same thing with sixths, okay? If you have a sixth, or let's say, oh, sixth and Ave Maria. See the third? There's the focus of my vibrato, and the second finger comes along for the ride. Okay, and now for thirds, it's actually the same idea too, but it's not the lower string, it's all the lower finger. So if you're going to vibrate a third like this, the first finger, okay, is the focal point, so you make your hand tall. That's the focus of the vibrato. If you focus too much on the third finger, you're going to start hitting the other strings, right? But if you focus more on the first finger, it's better to keep in for keeping the double stop clean, as well as actually focusing the vibrato more. I also think that when the lower finger, especially the first finger, and definitely the second finger for thirds and sixths as well, but particularly the first finger, the more you focus on that as in your shifts, like arpeggio shifts, that's your anchor finger, and the more you use that first finger as your focal point of your vibrato, because it's closer to the thumb, I find that it actually stabilizes the whole hand for the double stop more. Okay, so like sometimes when you're doing a double stop, the difficulty of vibrato is not just that you don't know how to vibrate. Sometimes different joints or knuckles or whatever are just not opened up properly. Like you saw me doing the tenth, right? My fingers way back, so it's just kind of tight, and I'm not able to vibrate it as well, right? So for different reasons, little parts of your hand, your fingers might not be opened up. And probably part of the problem sometimes, but I just lost my train of thought. But in any case, okay, what was I thinking? I was talking about, oh yeah, so That's part of the problem, but often one of the biggest problems in double stops, period, is how do I feel the balance of the hand itself? Like as you do tens fast, how can you balance the hand, right? How do you, and then octaves too? How do I balance it so that it feels the weight and the balance and all feels kind of stable, right? And the key I found out is often to focus more on the first finger, okay, and allow that to be your anchor, not just in intonation and all, but actually in the balance and structure of the hand itself, okay. And so I find that that's pretty helpful in playing a lot of these double stops. Not always thirds. In fast motion thirds, I find it better to have the thumb a little more forward and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the open double stops, definitely that's the case. And for all double stops, definitely focus on your lower finger. So if it's first, second finger, and vibrate those, focus on those in terms of vibrato, and also lean more on those with your bow as well. That's a generic rule. Of course, it all changes as you try to do voice leading and try to be musical and all that. Okay, hope that helps. Bye.